Well, day after England's victory in the World Cup, great goals, good goals. Second goal by Harry Kane.
Mm.
I was so impressed. I got his cup. It's
Oh,
a
right.
Harry
Oh,
Kane World Cup special.
oh, okay. Mm.
It's another thing to buy off the internet. Just
Yeah, yes, yeah, I know. I told them. Yes, yeah. I remember him
uh,
playing at Spurs. That's the important thing for me. Yeah, he left Spurs to a lesser club, Bayern Munich, and has won nothing but awards since then.
right, let's get on to the serious stuff.
Yes.
Um, when you're on the outside looking in, like we are, or rather seeing a situation unfold from a distance, normally you can see the car crash well before it actually happens, unlike the speedy motorist who only saw the tight bend at the last minute.
Yeah, I get this. Good metaphor.
So this is exactly what I'm seeing being here in Brazil when I see Keir Starmer make his latest deal with Vladimir Zelensky, the unelected president of Ukraine, because he's not had an election for two
Yes.
years.
State of emergency or something. Yeah, yeah, like that, yeah.
Sometimes you think that Starmer uh, couldn't get any more stupid until he does, and it leaves you almost exasperated.
Yes.
And nobody is saying anything. Nobody in the UK is saying anything. I bet they will as the story gets out more. So for the next 2 years, the UK will sell enriched uranium to Ukraine.
Happy days. Yeah.
Yep, you heard that right. The UK will sell enriched uranium to the state's nuclear energy company Energoatom, one of many corrupt prone energy companies in that country. Will we see an Iran of Eastern Europe unfolding with an apparent desperate man at the helm? Because it always starts small
Yes.
and
Yeah.
then the ambition take over.
Well,
The UK will send enough uranium to mount on warheads of missiles rather than a huge bomb as such. But surely that would just be a matter of time. After all, Ukraine has been firing rockets at the nuclear power plant at Zaporizhzhia in the Donbass region, so it certainly knows how to play. It certainly knows how to play with fire. In Downing Street, where Starmer and Zelensky sealed the £210 million deal, Starmer said the UK will continue to back Ukraine for as long as it takes. He might just rue the day. The Ukrainian state nuclear operator has been found out by Western anti-corruption organizations to be operating graft schemes involving Timur Mindish, businessman, also known locally as Zelensky's wallet. So what can possibly go wrong?
hmm. Okay. Right. Okay. I mean, yes, I know they're doing it, and it does strike me that Starmer may have a certain penchant for Eastern European gentlemen. Um, yes. Isn't enriched uranium actually delivered on rods as well? So, yeah. It's it's a it's not so much that it's happening at the moment. I mean, I don't really care about Zelensky. He can be controlled by other people. If you actually got someone, argument, I'm going to use the term competent in charge of Ukraine, is when we're probably going to have a problem with Ukraine in the future. Just said this in previous podcasts. Yeah, that um, you could end up with a much more, believe it or not, nationalist person who will say, "Thank you very much. I've now got my nice little glowing rod collection. I now have, yeah, I now have some very, very hot fireworks. Yeah, I mean it's still, yeah, not that easy. The technology, I mean, it depends what this uranium's going for. If it is for weapons, or if it is for,
It's officially it's going to for energy,
yeah, okay, I said
right? But I mean that's what the uranium going to Iran was for.
yeah,
Until when they got hold of it, they started enriching it more and more and more.
yeah, yeah. I
And
mean,
I think that's going to be the path that Ukraine is going to take.
yeah, I mean, it's still not that easy to make a nuclear weapon. You can make a dirty bomb. That's very, very different. You and I could do that, do that in our front living room, but almost. I'm not suggesting we do. I'm going to try it. And, yeah, I'm not Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory trying to get hold of some uranium or plutonium or whatever. Um, yeah, it is a it's yeah. I mean, at the moment, I mean, yes, I was going to say if it's for energy, but I thought Ukraine had its own capability, energy capability. Um, and I mean,
Well, the nuclear power plant in Donbass is under Russian control.
well, there are some small mercies. Um, yeah. I mean, the nuclear weapons were all obviously Russian control before, and they got shipped back to the mother country when it all um when the Iron Curtain fell, as it were. Yeah, the agreement was the Russians would take all their nuclear weapons away from the border, and I believe the agreement was that the Western Europe and Americans wouldn't encroach with their nuclear
Right.
weapons that way. Yeah, which yeah. Um, well, I mean, since those days, you know, got longer and longer, faster and faster, more deadlier and deadlier nuclear weapons. Um, since those days, it strikes me that Ukraine will be developing a very, very crude type of nuclear missile. I
No
don't know.
matter.
Doesn't matter. You know, it only takes one. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, yeah, only going to take one before MAD kicks in, mutually agreed destruction. Um, yes, uh, I just like your comment when you just think that Starmer couldn't get any more stupider. Don't challenge the guy, please.
And then it does.
Yeah, he'll 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 hit something. I think the general consensus within the UK and across Europe, looking at the body language of the leaders there, um, is that Starmer's probably not going to be there at the end of next month. Um, let alone take him seriously now. Um, I think the guy is. I think I don't think it's even the beginning of the end. I think it's midway through the end for him now as the leader, the prime minister.
He's clambering to, as they said the other day on the news, he's put on an opinion piece that he's clambering to leave a legacy. It's just that what he's doing is nobody's buying it.
Well, I think he'll certainly be remembered.
For all the wrong reasons.
um, he's certainly got his place in the history books. um, everybody's talking about, well, the common man's talking about him. Actually, it's all gone quite quiet. I mean, yeah, we're real focused on the guys kicking the football on the pitch, as you started the biggest pointed out at the beginning of this podcast. Um, that's where our attention is at the moment. Um,
Yeah, they're not allowed to voice their opinion in the stands anymore.
well, I think that's actually quite more global than it. I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, it depends what you consider political. Um, I can understand a FIFA ruling on that if it's all global and it applies to every nation. But how you stop 20,000 people expressing an opinion, I don't know. What do you do? Stop the match? Everyone go home? We're stopping. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how you'd actually police that, as it were, because the police won't get involved because it would actually be in violation of the American Constitution. Um, again, I'm not particularly. I mean, I don't want to hear 20,000 people. I want to enjoy the football. Just part of the reason. Yeah, part of the reason I watch football is the sport is to get away from the reality. That's why I get annoyed when players behave in a certain way that tries to bring politics onto the field as well. Um, I mean, the fans should be able to do what they want. It's a bit of a joke. It's a bit of humour. It's a bit letting off a bit of steam. But yeah, anyway, getting back to Starmer. Um, I he can agree anything he wants at the moment. He's a lame duck prime minister, unless he can pull a miracle out of the bag in the next 2 weeks. I mean, we'll know. Yeah, we'll know what happens at the end of today with a certain election taking place in the UK. Um, again, it's not a foregone conclusion. A series of ducks has certainly got to get into a row before he has a problem. But yeah, we shall see. We shall see what occurs there, and whether or not any future replacement of him will honour any agreement with Ukraine. Somebody might have a slightly different opinion going in. Um, so yeah, it's an interesting thing. It's like I said, my main concern isn't Zelensky. Um, it's what's coming after Zelensky, and I'm thinking longer term, and I think Zelensky will be finished.
Yeah, no, nobody's going to last forever,
No, I
right?
think yeah, but I know I don't think
So, and
Zelensky's going to be there when he's
that's why I
60,
say
70. Yeah,
it's going to start with baby steps. The uranium's going to start with the baby steps.
yeah,
As time goes on, somebody's going to have an ambition, and that's when you're going to get an Iran
yeah.
spring up in Eastern Europe.